Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world. Well, at least according to me. However, to some people, he's cocky, overrated, and needs to be humbled. So today, I'm making him a brand new rival. Somebody that will attempt to humble him and beat Yamal to the Ballon d'Or. And after missing out on the Ballon d'Or to Ousmane Dembele, Yamal took a press conference and said, I was unlucky to not win the Ballon d'Or, but I'm still the world's best player. And for the next decade, there will be nobody to compete with me. But after Yamal said that, it's time to choose which wonder kid to compete with Yamal. Well, the first option we do have is Franco Mastantuono. Just recently signed for Real Madrid. He's an amazing talent. However, he's already at Real Madrid, and seeing another Argentinian superstar is just boring. And boys, the second option is Estevao, a Brazilian winger, probably the second or third best wonder kid in world football. I think he'd be a perfect rival for Lamine Yamal. However, he is South American. I would ideally want somebody who's also European, like Yamal. And boys, I think Ryan Cherki is the perfect option. Plays on the right-hand side, can play through the middle, is European. And this guy was getting Yamal's levels of hype only a couple years ago. I think he'll be the perfect man to potentially be Yamal to the Ballon d'Or. So here we go. We're taking over the rest of Cherki's career to make him a rival for Lamine Yamal and beat him to the Ballon d'Or. But wait, there's a problem. Ryan Cherki is no longer at Man City. He is back at Olympique Lyonnais. And not only that, he's back to being 16 years old and back down to a 71 overall, which was his rating back in FIFA 21. And now not only has to go ahead and beat Lamine Yamal to the Ballon d'Or, but has to get rid of other rivals along the way before he gets to Yamal's level. Subscribe and comment down below who you think Yamal's rival is in real life. But to be honest, even though his stats have been reset, his passing and dribbling don't look too bad. But let me tell you, his pace is absolutely horrendous. However, the news gets worse. He is not the highest right mid here at Olympique Lyonnais, and neither the first choice cam. So that means if he ever wants to compete with Lamine Yamal, he needs to get game time. So we're going to be loan listing him. And let me tell you, Cherki has gotten two incredible offers already. First one being Lazio in the Serie A, and the second one being Crystal Palace in the Premier League. As good as these teams are, realistically, Ryan Cherki is not getting into this Lazio lineup, either in this Crystal Palace one. So we need to wait for more offers. And two more offers have come in, with the first one being in Real Betis. I'm sure he can get in that lineup alongside Anthony. However, he'd be in the same league as Yamal, and we don't want him to compete with them just yet. And potentially the final offer is SS Napoli, but it's a transfer. But thankfully, Cherki got one more offer, and it's from Trabzonspor in the Turkish league, as he'll be going out on loan for the next 2 seasons.
My career begins now. 2 years here in Turkey. I want to win the Ballon d'Or. If I ever want to do that, I must become Yamal's rival. Yes, he is talented, but I know I am equally as talented. I got to show the world who is the true next Lionel Messi.
However, as Cherki arrives in Turkey, it's not all good news, as he will have competition in that right wing spot, as well as that center attacking mid spot. So the question is, what position should we play him? No matter what, Cherki will stay on the bench, but I think I'm going to stick to the right wing position because that's the position Yamal is in. And I'm gonna be honest, I have to go for that winger role because his pace is absolutely horrendous. But it was time for the first game of the season, as Cherki is sitting on the bench. He needs to go ahead and make a good first impression, as he has a huge rival coming up, and he needs to beat him if he ever wants to get to Yamal and beat him to the Ballon d'Or. However, as Cherki sat on the bench, Trabzonspor really struggled to get a goal as they missed 2 clear chances. But now in the second half, Cherki will be coming on for his debut. And let's just say straight away, Cherki changed the game. And here comes Trabzonspor. It's a through ball into Cham, into Ryan Cherki. His first touches as a pro footballer, cuts back through ball into the cam. Cham with a shot, and it goes in. Straight away, Cherki gets his first assist. And I can't lie, Cherki was looking brilliant, skilling past defenders and even skilled past another one to win a penalty. And you know what? Cherki won the pen. He's gonna take it here. Can he go ahead and get his first professional goal? Goes to the top right, and yes, he does. What a substitution, man. What a debut for Cherki. And the whistle is blown. What a debut for Cherki. Not only did he get a goal and assist, but he looks skillful, showing why he should be compared and rival Lamine Yamal. I just wonder who his first rival is going to be.
This is what I'm made of. I'm equally as talented as Yamal. I'm gonna show the world that starting here at Trabzonspor, I will win their first league title in 5 years, no matter who rivals me these next 2 years.
And it seems like Cherki wants to win the league title with Trabzonspor. However, this team is not looking like they can win the league, and they have no money. But maybe if they can finish in the top 4, they could get money and win the league title next year, as the player who will rival him to the league title in these next 2 seasons seasons is going to be Marcus Asensio. Now, Marcus Asensio is a former Champions League winner. If he can go ahead and beat a rival of this caliber, surely he can earn a move to a top 5 league or maybe even start for Olympique Lyonnais. And well, if Turkey ever wants to finish in the top 4, he has to go ahead and beat the likes of Besiktas, who they have up next. But to be honest, so far this season, 5 goals and 3 assists in only 14 appearances. It's not Lamine Yamal levels, but it's very promising. He started off good so far. However, when it comes to his rival Asensio, he has 4 goals and 7 assists. With only 6 appearances, he might have gotten injured, but Turkey needs to start stepping up. As so far, so good for Trabzonspor as they are in the top 4. They want to go ahead and maintain that. And quickly, Ryan Cherki showed why he is the best player in this team, having a shot that is saved, then has a follow-up shot that just misses the top corner. But then he created an opportunity that led to a goal. Ryan Cherki picks up the ball once again right before halftime, gets rid of a defender disgustingly. It's still Ryan, gives it into Cham. Cham cuts inside through ball into Silkan. Can he go ahead and finish? And yes, he does. A chance created by Cherki. He doesn't get the assist, but Trabzonspor takes the lead. Despite all his hard work, Tammy Abraham quickly equalized the game. What is the defense doing there? It's a huge mistake as Besiktas equalized the game. And let me tell you, for the rest of the game, it was only Cherki playing as he skilled past defenders, took shots to try and score, and even was the only one that created chances. Trabzonspor, it's Ryan Cherki looking to create an opportunity, gets rid of defenders, gives it into Cham, the attacking mid, and it's saved by the keeper, man. And sadly, the whistle is blown. This game does end 1-1. If they're not beating these teams, I'm not sure if he could ever win the league title, but it seems like the problem is clear. Cherki is a one-man team.
I mean, what is this team? No disrespect, but I'm the only one that showed up. I must drag this team to top 4 because I need some help. We need that prize money to bring in some players, because like this, I will never rival Lamine Yamal.
And boys, what a season for Ryan Cherki. 15 goals and 13 assists, as he is now out of 78 overall. I'm telling you, this guy has the potential to compete with Lamine Yamal. And boys, just take a look at his pace. He's looking incredibly fast now, and I think next year we need to work on his shooting. And guys, I'm actually shocked by where they finished. They finished in 2nd place, beating the likes of Fenerbahce and Besiktas up in the table. They're definitely going to be title favorites next year. But when it comes to his rival, Marcus Asensio got 16 goals in 17 appearances, while also picking up 10 goals. He didn't play a lot of games this season, but he was extremely productive. I'm sure next year Fenerbahce will also be title favorites. However, when it comes to Lamine Yamal, 31 goals and 27 assists, this shows you how far Ryan Cherki is from this wonder kid right now. And to kick off Cherki's 2nd and final season at Trabzonspor, the team now has 57 million, and of course the manager needs to bring in some signings, mainly on that left wing position. And let me tell you, Trabzonspor made some amazing signings in a 75 rated Anselmino from Chelsea, a 76 overall Neapan from Man City, and the final signing, Carlos Forbes, the Portuguese winger, who absolutely destroyed Barca in real life. And boys, this team is looking so much better. Cherki should finally get some help, as we are giving him the inside forward role to work on his finishing. And surely he can win the league title, compete with Marcus Asensio, to eventually beat Yamal to the Ballon d'Or. But it's time to find out if Trabzonspor made the right signings to help Cherki win the league title for them. But things did not start off well as Fenerbahce quickly took the lead. Fenerbahce have made it 1-0. Trabzonspor need to win this game, man. The following attack was a chance created by Cherki that Silkan had a terrible shot in. However, Silkan wasn't gonna mess up twice. Neapan picks up the ball though. It's a brilliant ball into Ryan Cherki, looking to go ahead and equalize this game for his team. It's still Ryan, lays it up into Silkan, and it goes in. Cherki's brilliant dribbling makes it 1-1. And after that goal, Trabzonspor really turned it up. But now here comes Ryan Cherki. Batista gives it into Carlos Forbes. Brilliant through ball into Ryan Cherki, looking to make it 2-1. It's a brilliant finish. In just 10 minutes, Trabzonspor take the lead, man, and create this opportunity to finish up the game. Brilliant into Neapan. 1v1 with a finish. It goes in. This game has to be over as Neapan makes it 3-1. And the game comes to an end. What a brilliant victory. It seems like the manager made the right signings. Cherki could be on for a league title win, beating his rival Asensio.
Perfect signing from the manager. Forbes was class, Anselmino was solid, and Neapan scored a great goal. We can easily win the league title here, and I can return to Lyon and maybe go to a bigger club. But one thing for sure is that I will rival Yamal and win a Ballon d'Or before him.
And boys, with only a couple games left to go, Trabzonspor sitting in 2nd place, only by goal difference behind Galatasaray. And of course, up next in match day 31, they will be facing them. And so far this season, Cherki has been cooking, 23 goals and 21 assists. But the manager really made the right signings, as Neapan and Forbes are absolutely cooking as well. However, beating this Galatasaray side with Victor Osimhen, Fruk, and Yilmaz is not going to be easy. But this title decider started off difficult as Galatasaray had a brilliant shot that was saved, then went ahead and scored to make it 1-0. Just 20 minutes into this potential title decider, Galatasaray take the lead. But the Galatasaray domination did not stop there as Osimhen scored a second and then had an opportunity for a hat-trick but missed. But in the second half, things changed. Sikan gives it to Niapad. Come on, in the second half, Trabzonspor changed the game through ball from Turkey into the striker Sikan, and it goes in. To kick off the second half, Trabzonspor get a go back. The remontada must start now. And now it's Ryan Cherki on the ball looking to create another opportunity. It's a through ball into Niapad. Takes a touch, has a shot, and it goes in. In just 10 minutes, Trabzonspor equalized the game. And completely out of nowhere, with 15 minutes left to go, Trabzonspor had the chance to secure the league title. Niapad wins the ball through ball into Ryan Cherki, the chance to win the game. Back into Ryan, 1v1 against the Galatasaray keeper. Can he go ahead and finish it? And he does. Ryan Cherki starts to come back and he finishes it 3-2. This game has to be over. And the remontada was complete. Trabzonspor go 3 points clear of Galatasaray. Surely if they can maintain this, they will be league winners and Cherki will beat his rival, Asensio.
Let's go, we are cooking. We now have a 3-point lead and I'm on my way to winning the league. However, I would also like to see if I can take home the golden boot. Asensio only leads by a couple goals. That will show the world that I will be a fine rival for Yamal.
And you know what? Cherki is right. He is literally 1 goal away from Marco Asensio with 7 less games. Let's see if they can win the league title and Cherki can win that golden boot. But this is how Cherki ends his season. 26 goals and 24 assists. Only went up a +3 now at an 81. It's a generational season for him. And sadly, he could not win the golden boot as his teammate Sikan has won it. But he did tie Marco Asensio, which is pretty brilliant. And yes, Cherki has done it. They held on and they won the Turkish Super League, beating his first rival in Marcos Asensio, man. It's brilliant from him. And at the end of the season, Yamal is asked if he has any other rivals, specifically what he thinks about Ryan Cherki in Turkey. And Lamine Yamal says, you know what, all respect to Ryan Cherki. He's a talented player, but sadly, he's not as talented as me. I'm cooking here in La Liga, winning league titles. Well, right now, he's stuck in Turkey. Maybe one day he will be a worthy rival. Harsh words from Yamal. What does Cherki think?
I respect that from Lamine. He recognizes my game. I recognize him, but he will be surprised as soon I will rival him, humble him, and beat him to the Ballon d'Or.
And kicking off season number 3, Ryan Cherki has returned to Olympic Lyonnais, as this is the team he'll potentially be playing with. I can't lie, it's looking incredible. So of course now the question is, should Ryan Cherki spend some time here in Olympic Lyonnais, or should we transfer list him and listen to some amazing offers? I'm gonna be honest, I think I want Ryan Cherki to stay here at least 1 season, and in terms of development plan, he still needs to work on his finishing, so we're gonna give him the inside forward. But it's now time for Ryan Cherki's debut in the Ligue 1 for Lyon, as soon after this game we'll find out who his next rival is going to be. And Cherki's career with Lyon started off with a bang. Mayulu gives it to Ryan Cherki, his first game in these white colors, squares it into Matthias Tell with a finish, it goes in! And straight away Cherki opens his assist account. And straight after his first assist, he passes it to Matthias Tell, who got his second goal. Now with 2 assists, Ryan Cherki tried to get that hat-trick, but a missed opportunity by Fofana and an offside goal by Matthias Tell. It didn't seem possible until the last opportunity of the game. And here comes Mayulu. It's a brilliant through ball into Ryan Cherki, who's searching for the hat-trick of assists. It falls into Matthias Tell, and it's a hat-trick for Matthias Tell and a hat-trick of assists for Cherki on his debut. And Cherki's debut comes to an end as he gets a hat-trick of assists. Who knows, he might be able to compete for the league title here in France.
What a debut. I knew I was ready for a top 5 league. Screw it, let me do it again. Let's cause an upset and win another league title. Let's beat Paris. That will earn me a move to a super club where I can finally compete with Yamal.
And it seems like Cherki wants to win the Ligue 1 title, which makes his automatic rival be Desiree Doué. And boys, Desiree Doué is not an easy rival as he's already an 89 overall, and he's the closest player probably to Lamine Yamal at this point. But boys, something interesting has come up, and Ryan Cherki has received an offer from PSG. He can easily throw the rivalry with Desiree Doué away by joining his team and winning the league title easily. But you know what? I want Ryan Cherki to prove that he's a big player and doesn't need a big team, so he's rejecting that offer. But up next, it's time for Cherki to test himself against PSG. But before that game, 12 games in, things are looking interesting as Olympic Lyon have a 5-point lead on Paris and are sitting at the top of the table. If they can win this game, surely they have a high chance of winning the league title. But now the question is, can Ryan Cherki step up as Osimhen is playing for PSG? That guy almost stopped Cherki from winning the league title in Turkey. And to start off this game, it was all PSG as they had a quick attack from Victor Osimhen that was saved. But their attacks did not stop there as a second shot was gone out wide and then even a third shot that was also missed. But finally, the price was there to pay as they scored to take the lead. Even without Desiree Doué, PSG make it 1-0. But the reality of this game continued as PSG had another shot from Kvaratskhelia, and finally, Osimhen put the final nail in the coffin. Even being top of the table, Lyon are now 2-0 down, man. Where's Turkey? And lads, it's all over. A stinker, absolute stinker from Turkey. Looking more like beef jerky out there. He's not winning the league title if he performs like this against PSG. And boys, we are now in January and things are not looking good. Olympique Lyon may be sitting at second place. However, they do have a game in hand over Marseille, who are in first. But so do PSG. As it is time for the second time around that they have to face. And this time, Turkey needs to win this game. But regardless, Turkey has had a great season so far. 10 goals and 7 assists. Only behind Matthias Tel when it comes to his teammates. However, his rival has been absolutely cooking. 10 goals and 17 assists in only 17 appearances. What's with Turkey's rivals all getting injured? But the question is, can Ryan Cherki finally perform against Paris? And this game started off electric as PSG had a chance that was saved by Retzes, and then Joao Neves also had a chance that was also saved by Retzes. But this time, Lyon weren't getting dominated as they had an attack of their own that they failed to score. And then a second shot was also saved. And PSG had a brilliant chance, but Bradley Barcola could not beat Retzes. And finally, a goal was scored. And now it's Mayulu on the ball, through ball into Ryan Cherki. Come on, a counter-attack of dreams. Brilliant through ball into Matthias Tel. 1v1 with a finish and goes in. After PSG dominate, Cherki finds a pass. Matthias Tel puts it away. Despite the lead, PSG were not giving up as Retzes saved an Osimhen shot. And then he easily saves a Joao Neves shot with one chance left to go for Lyon. And now it's Matthias Tel. Brilliant through ball into Ryan Cherki to potentially end up this game. Brilliant finish. Ryan Cherki has redeemed himself, a goal and an assist against Paris. And the game has been completed. A 2-0 win for Olympique Lyonnais. Ryan Cherki has certainly redeemed himself, and hopefully they win the league title from here.
That's right, I ain't no beef jerky. 2-0 win, this should secure us the title. As long as we don't pull a Gerrard and slip, let's secure the Ligue 1 and I can move to a super club.
And what a season for Cherki. 18 goals and 16 assists. It is very low numbers, but the goals and assists were shared around the entire squad. And he is now sitting at an 84 overall at just 19 years old. And yes, boys, Cherki and Lyon held on, winning the league title by one singular point. And as he was also in the team of the season, he somehow won the Europa League as well. 2 trophies for Ryan Cherki. And that means he's beating his rival Desiree Doué, which is huge. Which means now he should be going to a superstar club. And that club might be PSG. But despite his good season, he's nowhere near Yamal as he got 31 goals and 18 assists, carrying his squad once again. And to kick off season number 4, Ryan Cherki has raised to an 85 overall. But it's time for him to leave Olympique Lyonnais after one season. We need a super club to come in for him. And immediately a good offer has come in, and that is from Juventus in the Serie A. They are technically a super club, however, there are bigger teams than Juventus, so let's see if we get a better one. And the second offer has come in, and it is from RB Leipzig. Again, they're a decent big club, however, if he was gonna go to Germany, he could go to Bayern Munich, but they haven't come in for him. However, there was good news as one last offer came in, and it was Man United. Yes, in real life, Cherki's playing for City, but now we'll be playing for United. However, they did finish in 7th last season, so Cherki has a huge job to do here in the Premier League.
I have arrived at Old Trafford. It's time to show the world at a high level that I can be the world's best player one day. Yamal will be hearing a lot of me now, but if I want to go to Real Madrid to completely counter Yamal, I must win an individual award here, whether it's the Golden Boot or Player of the Season.
So as Cherki has arrived to Man United starting 11, he has set his sights on an individual award, whether that is the Golden Boot or the Player of the Season. And in terms of his rivals, he actually has 3, and that is his 3 teammates in Benjamin Sesko, Brian Mbuemo, and Mateus Cunha. However, boys, the tricky thing is he is currently the lowest rated and technically the worst player of the 4. And of course, if Ryan Cherki wants to win the Golden Boot potentially, he needs to go for the Shadow Striker role. But it's now time for Ryan Cherki to make his debut against Arsenal. Can he go ahead and get off to a great start? And Cherki was electric in his Prem League debut as he had a shot that hit the crossbar, then had a shot that was saved by Courtois, and then a third chance created by him that he also got saved by Courtois, but finally had the chance to score his first goal. And now it's Benjamin Sesko through ball into Cherki once again, falls into Brian Mbuemo, back into Ryan. Surely this time he scores, and yes, he does. After 4 opportunities, Ryan Cherki gets his debut. They go. And let's just say Cherki had the best debut in Prem history. And now it's Ryan Cherki on the ball, looking to get rid of the defenders. Yes, he does. He gets rid of a third. It's still Ryan Cherki. Solo goal he's looking for. Beautiful finesse. He's been playing extremely selfish, but it's brilliance. Absolute brilliance from Cherki. But here comes Ryan Cherki, who is on the hat trick. here. He has Benjamin Sesko and Cunha to his left, but he's gonna take it on his own. The most selfish performance I've ever seen, but a hat-trick from Cherki. What a debut, man. And the whistle has been blown. Cherki picks up his match ball. 3-0 against Arsenal. Yeah, they're definitely finishing in the top 4. But the question is, can he beat his own teammates to an individual award? But straight after his debut, Lamine Yamal is asked if he feels threatened as Ryan Cherki got a hat-trick in his Prem League debut. Lamine Yamal says, all respect to Cherki once again. He's a brilliant player and the world is finally seeing his level. But I'm just in a different stratosphere right now and nobody is gonna take me down off it. And I have absolute no competition in Europe.
I see how it is, Yamal. People speak bad about you, but you are a good guy. You know how good you are and you say it aloud. I commend that. But you're wrong about me. I am better than you and you will find out soon. That Ballon d'Or is mine soon.
And now up next, Cherki needs to prove he wants to finish in the top 4 by beating Chelsea at home. And this United side immediately started cooking as Cherki created a chance for Sesko that he just missed. Then he creates a chance for Mbeumo. And now it's Benjamin Sesko on the ball, through ball into Mbeumo. It falls back into Ryan Cherki. 1v1 with the score into Mbeumo. No selfishness from Cherki today as they go 1-0 up. But Cherki did not stop there as he got an assist to a brilliant Sesko finish and tried to search for his hat-trick of assists, but the first chance was missed and so was the second one, with a final chance to put away this game. And here comes Ryan Cherki once again looking to end up this game. Cuts back inside, looking for a goal of his own with a shot, and it goes in. Cherki has been unstoppable this season. Surely they're gonna finish in top 4, maybe even compete for the Premier League title. And the whistle is blown. Another 3 points against a top 4 team. I'm not lying when I say this, they might push for a league title win. And let me tell you boys, things are very interesting. Currently with 3 games left to go, City are 3 points ahead of United. And there is the Manchester Derby up next. Cherki has a chance to win the Premier League in his first season in the Premier League. And guys, I cannot lie, Cherki has exploded this season. 36 goals and 24 assists. Leading in goals by Mbeumo by only 4 goals. That should be a golden boot secured. But of course, beating this Man City side is not going to be any easy feat. They've kept most of their team and they're all probably in their prime. And to the surprise of nobody, Erling Haaland is their best player, but Miguel Gutierrez right behind with 20 goals from a left back. However, with 3 injuries in a starting 11, can Man United win this game? And this game started off difficult as Ryan Cherki set up a chance that was saved by Oblak. And in the second opportunity, another chance created by Cherki that was also saved by Oblak. But in the second half, things were about to change. But now it's Benjamin Sesko with a through ball into Ryan Cherki. 70th minute, they have to score now if they want to win the league title. It's still Ryan Cherki with the finesse. It goes in. Who else? He's been dictating the entire game. He gets his 33rd goal of the season. The league title has to be his. And the whistle has been blown. The gap has been gone down to 0 points. If they can continue winning, Cherki will be a Premier League winner.
Yes, we have done it. We beat Manchester City. This league title is ours to lose. I have been killing it. Let's finish the season strong. Hopefully have Madrid come in for us. And we will rival Yamal to win the Ballon d'Or next season.
And what a way to end the season. 39 goals and 25 assists. Now at an 88 overall. Did they end up winning the league title? But more importantly, did Cherki win an individual award? And yes, they have done it. Cherki wins the Premier League title as he is in the team of the season. But did he win the player of the season? And no, that went to Alexis McAllister. But surely he wins the golden boot. And yes, he does by a long shot. 34 goals. Second place was his teammate, Brian Mbeumo, as he beats his final 3 rivals. And well, there's one rival left to go, and that is to beat Lamine Yamal to the Ballon d'Or by winning the Champions League. But the question is, will he do it here at Man United or go to Real Madrid and directly compete to Yamal in La Liga? And to kick off season number 5, the offer did come in. So Ryan Cherki has now become a Galactico at a 90 overall. And of course, his 1 goal left is to humble Yamal and beat him to the Ballon d'Or by winning the Champions League over him. But the question is, can Ryan Cherki do it here at Real Madrid? And Ryan Cherki has arrived at Real Madrid, where he'll be playing alongside Mbappe, Vinicius Jr., and Jude Bellingham. But of course, because Ryan Cherki has joined Madrid, Yamal has been asked how he feels that his new potential rival has arrived to the league. Lamine Yamal says, of course, I've always respected Cherki, but it's time for him to be tested as he is now playing in the league with the best player in the world, and that is me. Somehow I've been robbed of multiple Ballon d'Ors, but this is the year that I win the Champions League for Barca, and I win the Ballon d'Or. And boys, there is great news, as in the Champions League, they finished in first place, while Barca finished in 4th. However, in the round of 16, they destroyed Dortmund, and in the quarterfinals, they beat Sporting, and in the semifinals, they'll be facing FC Barcelona. But before that, Cherki has had an incredible season, 36 goals and 19 assists, sitting at a 92 overall. Surely, he's a Ballon d'Or contender. However, as you guys know, this is the current Barcelona side. Lamine Yamal still there, and somehow Rodrigo ended up there as well. But boys, Lamine Yamal has been incredible, 33 goals and 25 assists in all appearances, plus Victor Osimhen, who's been rivaling Cherki since his Turkey days. So of course, this wasn't gonna be easy as Yamal and Cherki face each other for the very first time, and it's going to be a 3-1 loss. And Real Madrid are 2 goals down going into the second leg. But it's now time for the second leg. Cherki has one last chance to win this Champions League. He needs to do a remontada against Barcelona against Lamine Yamal.
The runner-up to destiny, chosen to humble the chosen one. He left France to find himself, found fire in Turkey instead. There he beat legends, returned home to dethrone champions. At United, he lit the league, outshining even his own. Now, for the first time, and perhaps the only time, he faces the prophecy itself.
But here comes FC Barcelona. It's Victor Osimhen on the shot from outside the box. Easy save. And here comes Jude Bellingham. Gives it to Kylian Mbappe, who's looking for a through ball. He finds Ryan Cherki. 1v1 against the keeper. Squares it to Mbappe. And it goes in. Just like that, Cherki gets an assist to make it 3-2. Come on, man. And now it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gives it to Jude Bellingham. Through ball into Ryan Cherki. The chance to equalize the game. And yes, they have done it. Ryan Cherki gets a second assist in the second half to equalize the game. But after that second goal to equalize a tie, the game went all the way to a penalty shootout. Can Ryan Cherki go ahead and go to the final, win it, and win the Ballon d'Or over Yamal? And Ryan Cherki will be taking the first penalty. He better not screw this up now. He goes to the right-hand side and it goes in. He does not miss. But up next is Victor Osimhen. Has been a thread in the needle of Ryan Cherki's career, and he goes to the left. I meant to say Thorn, by the way. But now, Kylian Mbappe, can he go ahead and put this one away? Bottom left, early dive from the keeper. Let's go, 2-1. And now, Ansu Fati has returned to Barca. Can he go ahead and put this away? Please, Andrew Lunin, save it. Yes, he does. Let's go. Jude Bellingham to take the next penalty. Can he go ahead and extend the lead here? Yes, he does. 3-1 to Real Madrid. And now Lamine Yamal, if he misses this, his Ballon d'Or dreams are over. And they go to Cherki. Goes down the middle. It goes in. But now it's Vinicius Jr. Please do not screw this up for us, Vinny. And gotta Vinny. Sale Vinny. Dale Vinny. Bottom left. Oh my days. It's almost saved by the keeps. And now if Andrew Lunin saved this penalty from Velasquez, Real Madrid and Cherki are in the UCL final on his route to win the Ballon d'Or to the left. Come on, man. But now Dean Horson, the chillest man on the pitch, can he send Madrid to the final? And yes, he does. 2 assists from Cherki. He scores his penalty. Yamal scores his. But it doesn't matter because Cherki is going to the final. So Cherki has beaten his final rival in Yamal to the Champions League. And the great news continued as he had Man City in the final where he scored the only goal to win the entire competition. But did he win the Ballon d'Or? And of course he does, becoming the world's best player. If you guys enjoyed this video, click on the screen and watch me make Rio and Gumoa the world's best player.